not everybody gets the good life. If you would like to be one of these people who get after all their happiness, they were pursuing of happiness, and after all they get it. If you would like to be one of these people, you have to work harder and make sure that your efforts are not going to be in vain. And to do all this stuff, you have to find your own approach and avoid and shun their oppression and avoid the people that are actually trying to hold you down on some kind of purpose, their own purpose. You have to avoid them. You have to find an approach and method that helps you, to encourage you, something that encourages you to change yourself, to change your self-style, your life, your own lifestyle. You have to be a new person. You have to be more pensive. You have to think deeply. You have to be one of these people who think profoundly about everything that you would like to do. If you would like to do anything, you have to take the plunge before and then apply it. Look about the results, look about the consequences. So if you would like to get all this stuff, you have to find your own approach. And there are many things that it can help you, encourage you to change yourself to be more stimulated and manipulated. For example, reading books. Some books can benefit you. Some books can benefit you. For example, let's talk about reading books. Reading books is really important. This can help you to improve your English, to stimulate your brain. For example, let's talk about knowledge. Everything you read, it fills actually your mind, your head, with a new bits of information. And you never know when it might come in handy. For example, if you get a new information and deliberately, once you read something, you get it in deliberately, and it's gonna be one or part of your brain that then it might come someday in handy, which means you might need it later on. The more knowledge you have, the better equipped you are to tackle any challenge, any problem, any defining problem that you might be faced, that might confront you in your life later on. Remember that although you might lose everything else, your job, your occupation, your possessions, your money, or even health, if you get a contagious disease or a plague that actually sabotage your body, sabotage your health, knowledge, just make sure that knowledge can never be taken from you. Never to be taken from you. And the second thing that I'm going to talk with you and share with you, because there are many things, and for the narrow time, we have just a letter length that I don't have to avoid it. Let's just talk about the second thing, stress reduction. For example, no matter how much stress you have at your work, your school places, where you study with people, where you gather to be gathered with them, to talk with other things, you might be stressed about anything, especially when you volunteer to be one of them who volunteer and talk in front of people. In your personal relationship or countless other issues faced in a daily life, it all just slips away. It'll be gone in a little time. You wouldn't be able to feel so, but later on you will find them that slipped away when you lose yourself in a great story. A well-written novel can transport you to another realm, to another kingdom. This is just to remember that the great well-written novel, when you read them, you feel that you are part of that novel that you read. You won't be able to feel the time that your time is wasting. You won't feel so. You will get or understand that the story has taken you in another places. So while an engaging article will distract you and keep you in a personal movement, letting intention from allowing you to relax. And the last thing, I think, because we have enough time, vocabulary expansion. The more you read, the more words you gain. This is absolutely well known to everybody. The more words you read, the more you read, the more words you gain. If you read more, you get more. And if you get more, you will be able to understand many things more better than anybody who doesn't read. So they'll make their way in your everyday vocabulary, being articulate and well spoken of every grade and any profession, and knowing that you can speak in a higher apps with a self-confidence, which means you're gonna talk in front of people, even in front of people. Relax. You don't feel that you are stressed. can be enormous boost in your self-esteem. You're gonna get just like an orgasm. You will feel that orgasm yourself, which means that nobody ever you'll be felt the same orgasm that you had before. It could even aid your career as those who are well read and well spoke. So there, as I said, there are many things that I would like to share with you. For example, like memory improvements. Once you read more, you will find yourself that indeliberately you will gain many words, many things, especially for the people who are actually not a native speaker at the language that they are trying to learn, for example, or they read. For me, for example, if I read a novel or a story or a book in English, I am gonna find for sure many words absolutely altogetherly new for me, according to me, that I'm gonna look them up and find their meaning and then improve myself. So this is really important for us to stimulate our brain. And one more thing, strong analytical technical skills. You will be able to criticize everything. Don't just deliver everything that you find. You have to find something that you're gonna criticize. Don't the whole time complimenting person. You have to find your way, your own approach to criticize something. If you love it, you have to accept it. But if you don't, you have to give some arguments, some proof that you have to substantiate your words. You have to defend it. So as I told you guys, there is not a lot of time to talk with you because there are many things I would like to share with you, as I mentioned before, but unfortunately for the time being, it's really short time that they've given us just letter length. So I hope you like this video. Thank you so much.